Okay, so welcome to CRChat, everybody. This is, chill level is maximum here. We just answer questions and, that I find on the net. And joining me today is, right now, co-hosting with me today is Sidra Owens, who is the author of A Haven Amidst Perdition, Quitting Time, Wildflowers. You should go check those books out on Amazon, Kindle, and other areas of your interest. Um, yeah, these normally my questions will come from Kialo, but not today, as they will definitely be coming from um, just places I found on the internet. Just some questions that people say will make you think. So let me go ahead and switch over, and here I am. All right, and let me see. Okay, everything is all ready. So it's time. See, I hear you, girl.
Huh?
I hear our baby girl talking, trying
I
to
don't know what
try,
she said.
trying to whisper.
Then
Okay,
bring it back.
so just go ahead and get started with these. Go ahead and get topic number one up there. So, first question: is stealing ethical if carried out in order to feed a starving family? So is it moral to do it? And honestly, we've talked about morals before. All right, let me go ahead and raise this up. Y'all need to look down on me. Y'all don't need to be looking up or directly at me. You look down on me. I need to look up to you because you are the guests, you are the viewers, and I have to look up to you because you all are awesome. So, going over morals, if you live in a society where stealing is seen as the best beneficial thing to do, and murder is also the most beneficial thing to do, then those would definitely be your morals. That's it.
Okay, so how is murder? I see how stealing can be beneficial, but how is murder beneficial?
Keeps them from killing you.
Oh, okay.
Hey, look, in a world where it's like it's either me or them, if that is the world that you're in, then it's better them than you, wouldn't you say?
Huh? If that's the world you're in, yeah,
Yeah.
but I didn't know we were functioning under those criteria.
Well, that's why I use it as, like more of an analogy to explain morality and morals. Because if morals were, painting cats and dogs pink and blue, and you're seen as a horrible, ugly person if you don't, then that would be your morals. That's what morals are. That'd be your ethics. So would stealing be, moral if carried out in order to feed a starving family? And yes,
Yeah.
it keeps the family alive. It's not even a deep question, really. I'm just making it more than it has to be. But yeah, if put it like this, in this society, how can I say this? It's moral to do what you got to do to make it. That's what we say socially, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they'll say, don't do these things, even if it would help you live. So financial morality is different than social morality. It's different. Finance wants to make sure they hold on to stuff, and social makes you want to live on. So that's the difference that I see. So in this question, stealing is ethical. Actually, stealing is a necessity if it's going to help a starving family. That's just, and then it would have been better. The question would have been a lot tougher if it was, is stealing from a starving family to feed a more starving family, is that ethical?
Yeah, that would have been better. It might have
Yeah,
been better for a conversation.
because then it's like you got to go on like, okay, what's the level? How can they hold out and all this other stuff? And then I would just be like, look, you know, everybody's about to get stolen from until somebody fixes the system that is creating starving families in the first place. That's it. You know,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have to ask these questions if there were no starving families. You should be looking down on a government that has starving families under their care. That's what should be done.
Going.
So, I guess we're done with that one. Let's move on to the next one.
Go. Take your power and go.
I can hear you. You can't
Why
whisper.
is this out?
You can't whisper low enough. It's not happening.
Quit going through my stuff. Oh, I'm sorry.
She's trying to get noticed online and stuff. That's all. Okay, so question number 2. Why are some belief systems called mythologies while others religious? All right. Now, do you have an answer to that?
That's because they choose to believe in it or are indoctrinated into believing into something that's false as the truth. So therefore, it's their religion. People got indoctrinated into thinking that Zeus was the king of the gods on Mount Olympus, then that wouldn't be a mythology. It would be a religion.
Back then it was, kind of, sort of. Now, see, the reason I asked you first is because it's not to say that you're wrong, because you're not. It's all about your perspective, what you've learned, what you've seen. So you're accurate in what you're saying. From my perspective, from what I've learned, what I've known, and still discovering against my will per se, because it's just stuff I'm hearing, not really seeking. Okay, so what be the difference? Because a mythology, now just y'all hear me out. A mythology is something that has been proven to not be real. It goes into the area of a story, something long ago. So Thor, Zeus, Aphrodite, all these people, they were thought at one point to be outright real. It was just there, that you don't question it, that it don't matter. So over time, what's happened is people just kind of just let it go. There is no Zeus, there is no Thor, there's no Hercules, there's no Heracles. When you got two different names, you can't be too real. You know?
I thought Heracles was the Roman version.
There you go. Version. There is no other version of Cedric.
I don't know, man.
Hey, man, it's just me. So
we don't know what's going on out there in the multiverse.
This is the only verse we got. Chapter 1.
No, it could be other verses.
Like where?
I don't know where the hell they are. I'm not astrophysicist Cisco from The Flash.
Cisco Ramon is awesome.
He is. He's awesome. A cutie pie too.
Yes, he is. That's the number one rule in Flash. Never make Cisco cry. Never make him feel bad. That's the rule. We just, that's our fun. That's.
What about Cecile?
50-50.
Little Cecile. She's just a little handful of person.
She's been such a jerk.
Cecile has not been a jerk.
At that point, she should have listened to people. She knows you go through all this weird mess, and all of a sudden, oh my goodness, come on now. You can't see dinosaurs, big birds, quakes, tsunamis, tidal waves, multiverse, and someone says, I think that this person is not real. Something must have happened. It's like, no, I don't believe you.
What? She hasn't seen all that. She hasn't been on the team the whole time.
She's been there long enough.
And it's got to create some damn drama, man. But she corrected her mistakes. Hell, Barry's made mistakes. So is Cisco. You love Cisco.
Cisco's mistakes were in that realm of emotional, not trust. There's a difference. It's like, he's not going to say, I don't trust you because I feel a way right now about somebody. He didn't really go there. Cisco never went too deep. He always had a way to pull out. Cecile, she did right. She corrected her stuff, but this ain't, this show ain't about the damn Flash. All right.
You the one that went into it.
What? You gone somewhere. So look. All right. So Thor and them, they just not even, because there were books and all this other stuff. There were stories, fables, and all this. And people just, as that culture died out, those beliefs died out. And when those beliefs died out, people just sort of, and that's how it becomes a mythology. It's old. It's very old. There's no one around believing it, but everyone knows the stories that were written. The stories never go away, but that belief system, all of that stuff with it.
Ow!
What the hell?
I got bit.
Why did she bite you? What is
I,
so?
I think somebody's here.
Somebody might be here. I heard a boom, boom.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh, hey, what's up?
swing
It's Mal. What's up, Mal?
was, bruh, I was playing Doom Eternal. I got it yesterday. I'm hooked and I'm high.
Okay, the two H's that make gaming amazing. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so look, mythologies, like I said, they're old, so no one really believes in them. That's why those religions turn into mythologies, because they were religions. But a religion, why do they call religions a religion? Because religions are currently the belief system, and they are in practice. And a religion is a consistent practice within something. That's why some people used to say, they'd be like, man, I love doing such and such. That's my religion. That's why people started saying that, because that became the definition of religion, a continuous practice of something. Problem is, religion is also bathed in the belief of a deity of some form. It's just that now we don't have the Egyptian deities, we don't have the Greek deities, we don't have the Roman deities, and the Romans are the ones that stole it from the Greeks.
Or the Norse deities.
Or the Norse. We don't have those right now. You've got Judaism, which turned into Christianity, which branched off into Islam, and now you've got all these things that's branched off of Christianity. So what we have now are working multitudes of religions to replace.
Oh, the old
So-
school ones are far more entertaining.
How so?
What, Zeus? Man, Zeus would turn into any animal and rape anybody. Nobody was safe. He was a cow and raped a woman on the beach. A cow's not equipped to rape nobody.
A cow is a female.
But he did that shit, and that woman got pregnant. That's awesome.
What about
So
That's the
so
Young and the
you're saying-
Restless type shit.
So you're saying cows are basically females. So you're saying a female raped a female.
Yeah, man, she got pregnant.
that was a
Huh? Wait,
Futronati cow.
Hey,
okay,
man,
that explains a lot.
Zeus did it how he wanted to do it, but he got it done.
And Mal, back then, the word rape didn't mean what it means today. Back then, rape meant simply theft. You did something or stole something against somebody's will. So Zeus raped this woman's wallet. Her money, her dinars, or whatever they had.
Nah, man.
Wait, no, he came in as a crow and raped her of her money, so she could not feed. She couldn't go out and get groceries to feed her family. So Zeus later came back as some kind of larger bird, and then sexually raped her and got her pregnant. And it's like, what in the world? So it's stuff like that, sort of like the whole, because that would make it, honestly, that would make it a divine pregnancy. So there you go. That's how Jesus got here.
Bird.
Yeah. At least it was tangible. At least it was something tangible. This is just someone you can't see, can't feel, can't do anything, coming in and just like, look, out of all the females on this planet, you are the one I'm going to get pregnant. And you're going to find this dude, and y'all are going to raise my son that I'm not going to do anything to protect or help, but I'll be mad if something happens, even though I knew that was going to happen. Just that, and in about 200 to 300 years, that right there is, people are going to be like, people believe that mess? Trust me. It's going to take 16 generations, but we'll get it.
My hair hurts now. That I'm trying to see or trying to vision how that will work, and it hurts my head because it's a bird.
Yeah,
it's a freaking. It has no pee. It probably uses beak.
What? No.
Birds have penises.
Oh, they do?
Yes.
They got to get it on some kind of way. That baby birds flying about, aren't there?
Yeah, they jump on the bird's back, they flap real crazy, and then they banging the whole time, then they leave.
I just no comment after that.
Okay, so that's why some belief systems are called mythologies, while others are religious, because mythologies, no one believes in them anymore, so they're just in the wayside, as stories, and religions are ongoing current practices and whatnot. However, people are starting to call the current Bible and stuff a mythology, because
I don't blame them.
what they're trying to do is say, look, it's just as messed up and as a lie as all that other stuff. So it's grouped in with that, and that's why they're right now secular humanists, atheists and whatnot are trying to force into the minds of people that the religion is a mythology. They're trying to turn it into a mythology in real time instead of, you know, their great grandchildren's children are like, did people really believe that back then? Yes, honey, but now you have to watch out because you never know. The clouds might fall on you, and someone might say, "Are we really going back to that?" So that's where all that come from. All right, so let's move on to the next one. All right, let's see. If the standard of living of a population steadily improves, does the wide gap between the rich and poor still matter? Now,
Where'd you get that question from?
I got off the internet.
True.
Okay, so if the standard of living for a population steadily increases, that means that steadily the poor are going to become less poor.
Yeah.
So if the poor are becoming less poor and everybody is getting what they need to do well and they're not getting fucked over to be left in the gutter, then I would say it doesn't matter if there's a gap between what's called poor and what's called rich, as long as everybody's got what they need.
And that is where the monkey paw come in, because then it's like you got what you need, and that's where we are today. Right now, that's where we are. That is a gotcha question, because yeah, we got what we need. We got a home, we got clothes, we've got food. You know, we got what we need. But life ain't about just having what you need. Life is also about having what you want. It's also about enjoying yourself. And if you only have what you need, you're not working out of enjoyment. You're working to survive the next day. So that's really all it is. You need a home. You need. But do you have what you want? Do you have what you would like? You know, do you need to go out and have that great steak or that great ice cream? No. You need to be home, cook your own food, and you need to have that food grown out in the backyard. That's pretty much what that would say. It's a gotcha. In my mind, when I first read this, does it still matter? Does that gap still matter? And my thoughts were yes, because if there is a gap, you got to wonder why. Why is that gap there?
It all depends on the width of the gap. Okay, so if the difference between the rich and the poor is like $1,000, okay, that's not really important.
No, it's
if
not.
The gap is there because, let's say, the ones who are poor decide they're going to sell. Dang, my battery's running low. The ones who are poor decide they're going to sell vegetables, or the ones who are rich decide they're going to sell electronics. Okay, vegetables do not cost as much as electronics, and they never should. All right then, but as long as nobody is stepping on somebody's neck and reaping benefits from their soul, that's where it gets bad.
And if the rich has that level of power, then it does matter. But if the rich are just rich because they got a business that's getting them that kind of money, then and they're not using it to exploit anything, then there's no problem. That's how I see that. There's no problem.
Yeah.
I never understood. Oh,
go ahead. You never understood what? Hey, and
I never understood. Oh, matter of fact, let me fix. I never understood how the rich even got power, because like they just rich, and
rich,
for them to like, what was you gonna say?
Wait,
the rich got
plug
power.
Up your laptop. Plug up your laptop, girl.
It's plugged up.
Oh, you said the battery was running low?
I just plugged it up.
Okay.
The rich have power because they have money. And it's like, hey, I want this. I'm going to leapfrog all the bells and whistles to get it. How do I do that? I give somebody some money. Hey, you, I want this. It's going to cost you. How much is it going to cost me? This much? Okay, there you go. Ha, I've got the money. If I want to keep getting the money, I'll keep cheating and giving him what he wants. And they be like, I've got the money. I want to keep getting out I want. I'll cheat and give it to him. And there you go. And the rest of us standing in line, going through the bells and whistles while they're cheating up ahead.
That's kind of they're just doing tap dances around us while we just stand in line.
Yeah, it's greed.
Case in point, Bernie Sanders started his campaigning and whatnot, like, what was it, 2013, something like that, 2012, something, after Obama. And
2013, 2014, something like that.
And he worked very hard. He worked hard to get what little he got, all right? So he failed in that. Okay, now fast forward. This time around, he had some name recognition, very little, but some, and he had grassroots support. So his name got out there on social media, all right? And think how hard he worked. He worked so hard, he gave himself pretty much a very mild heart attack. That's how hard he worked. He worked 4 times harder than any other candidate. Okay, now, he dropped out because too many delegates went towards, Biden. All right. Now, here's a comparison. Michael Bloomberg, who came in late, who had barely any name recognition other than Bloomberg News. Everyone knew Bloomberg News. That was it. But they didn't know if it was the same Bloomberg.
I did.
Never heard of that. Bloomberg News.
Michael Bloomberg did what they call carpet bombing for ads. So he has like $60 billion plus. All right.
Carpet.
So that's what he did. He spent he spent about $160 million, which is nothing to him. That is like
nothing.
That is literally like 25 cents falling out your pocket and into the back of the couch.
It's lunch money.
And so he used that level of money to put all these ads out on all these news stations. So he became a household name in a very short amount of time. And in that short amount of time, because he was a household name running for president, he got the high percentage of people that would vote for him. And that's how he got on the debate stage. And once he was on the debate stage, that's when he learned you can't just jump into politics like that, and he got owned. And
he tanked, man. Ooh.
But Michael Bloomberg did in like 4 months what Bernie Sanders took 6 years to do. That's the difference of money.
That's the difference of money.
That's why that gap might matter. And I put a post on Discord about the healthcare industry. That will tell you about money too. That will definitely tell you about money. All right, so we can go on to the next one.
Hey, while you're getting the other one up there, I gotta put this in here to go back to mythology. So we know who Loki is.
It don't take long to get up there. Just click. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Loki is from Norse mythology, the brother of Thor.
Yeah, he's not from the movie.
We're not talking about Marvel. I'm talking about the actual Loki.
Oh, I was thinking Marvel the whole time, but
no, he was actually a shapeshifter. And we're talking about the strangeness of the old deities from mythology. So Zeus was a bird and then a cow raping folks. So Loki shapeshifted into a mare, a female horse, and got pregnant by a stallion of a giant and gave birth to this big ass horse, 8-legged horse called Sleipnir. Why the hell did he do that?
I got a question about that, and that question is, Loki was a dude, right?
Yeah. He shapeshifted into a female horse. He got mounted by a giant and had an 8-legged horse. I just wanted to share that with the class.
Moving on.
And people believed that 100%. There was no evidence of this horse, none whatsoever. No one's ever seen it, But they made up every lie they could to let you know that it comes out only at special times here and there.
Go to Google, type in 8-legged horse and see what that looks like. This is gonna be fucking good. Oh my fuck.
Okay. Okay, so I think that's it. Still matter. Okay, so we're at number 4. All right.
Loki was a freak.
Here's the next one. We live in society according to logical, theological, and cultural norms and rules. Can we still claim that we have free will?
Ooh.
We live in society according to logical theology.
Yeah, according to logical, theological, cultural norms and rules. Okay? But the question is too simple with an out. Can we still claim that we have free will? Yeah, we can claim it. Yes. See, that's too easy. Yes, we can claim it. I can claim that, I have sex with inverted rabbits every midnight on Tuesday.
Ew.
Shit.
Inverted rabbits are awesome. But
But everything's on the outside. Wouldn't it be all oogie?
I'm on the outside too.
Yeah, but all the fluids and stuff are out there, man. The fur's on the inside.
What have I got myself into?
This is how me and Sidra talk, all right?
That'd be nasty.
We do some...
I see why y'all guys made for each other.
That'd be nasty,
She did
man.
this to me. She made me this way.
I did not.
Did too.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to start claiming that shit. Yes, I did. I molded you out of the clay you are.
All right, great.
Damn.
Dark
You can't argue
brown,
about that.
triple tone clay.
There you go.
All right. So that was a golem spell.
Uh-huh.
If y'all guys want to check the guest pics and memes, because this is the first thing I saw about the 8-legged horse.
You see.
I was so interested.
Happy Mother's Day. Funny. I was straight up funny.
Yeah.
I don't know where that shit is.
Gifts, pics, and memes.
Yeah. It's
I see it.
Yeah, you got to be on the Discord, y'all, to see it.
I'm just...
Mother.
Anyway, let's get back to topic.
Yeah, so here's the thing. All right, free will. I'm not going to do a discussion on free will because this right here was worded poorly. It really was. It says, can we still claim? No, you could say, how can we claim that we still have free will? That would have been the better way to ask that. Because,
because like I was gonna say no, because we're still living by rules. So
it's limited free will.
Yeah.
It's like you're driving on the highway, and on the left side and the right side there's cliffs to nowhere. You can drive off, but it's gonna cost you.
Free will simply means having the ability to do what you want to do. All right, but to think what you want, not do what you want, but think what you want. My free will, if I want to, I could try to start a progressive party. I could try to start a party of worshiping ants. I could try to do whatever I want to do. I can have any conversation I want to have. It's free will. I can think how I want to think what I want to think, and convince myself, if need be, of what I need to be convinced of. I can lie to myself all day to make sure the outcome is in my favor. I have that ability. That is my free will. What we don't have is a free way of conclusion. Because I can talk to people ad nauseum about being kind, being nice, don't bully, don't hurt somebody. I can do that all day long. People will laugh at me. They'll be like, no, I got to hurt people. I have to. I can say, look, all these small, tiny, unseen progressive parties, how about if I contact all of you and say, let's unite as one party and drop the ego and then finally get something done? And they'll be like, oh, please, nothing's going to get done. We're just bathed in defeat. We don't really care. We just did it because it was funny. I guess that could be it. I don't know. But that's how that works. I could tell everyone that, hey, look, all the Democrats out there don't really care about anybody, especially the young people. The young people, they're telling you to not split the vote when you don't vote at all. So how are you splitting the vote? And everyone would be like, oh, dude, be quiet. We don't want to hear it. Yada, yada, yada. So I've got free will to do what I want, but I cannot control an outcome. That's the only thing. So free will is here. The outcome is not. That's how I see that. Y'all have thoughts?
I just want to think if we actually do got free will to do stuff, why do we need rules? Why do we need norms? Like,
Because people like to say that people are inherently good, but it's easier to be not good. So rules are in place to keep you from, hey man, that's a nice car. Thank you, man. Shoot you in the head, take your car.
I can see that. It's just the fact that, like, this whole question, when I saw, like, norms and rules, I only think, yeah, you don't really got a free will. Like, you can do whatever the hell you want and not get in trouble for it, but more like limited.
No, free will. You can do what you want to do. Right now, Mal, if you want to go outside, shoot somebody in the head, you can. You got the free will to do it. That's you. But the consequences, if the consequences keep you from doing it, you don't have to worry about free will. You got to worry about what the hell is wrong with you. Because if only the consequences keep you from doing something bad, then what is wrong with you? You know, and bad is only should only be concerned with what is detrimental to somebody else's and your own safety and survival. That's it. That would be bad. If you do something that stops somebody else's ability to survive or make it in the world, then that would be bad. That would be an amoral thing to do. And so in this, if I guess what they were trying to do was a trap, which failed. I think what they were trying to say was, okay, it says we live in a society according to logical. It should have said if we did live in a society, you know, but that was just assertion, you know, oh, we live here. No, we don't. Logical. There's barely a logical person here. Theological. That controls a lot of shit. And cultural norms, that's all grouped in the theological and the greed, you know, and then, you know, and the cultural norms, really? And rules. What the fuck? Literally, they failed this question. They failed their own question, and I just had to make it into something that was worthwhile. They failed it. Because what's normal? If you ask anybody what's normal, they're going to default to the one thing that they get shamed about. So norm means what does everyone else think and how does everyone else feel? That's it. What do my neighbors think without talking to them? What would the person that I talked to yesterday think? So you have to live your life according to what some other people think of you. And no matter what bad they do, you can't do their bad because you're not them. There are no norms, truthfully. And rules are only made, well, no, my bad. Let me take that back. Rules were best made in order to keep the people safe. That's how it used to be. That's why, you know, there's rules against murder, rules against theft, rules against all this stuff. What hurts somebody else, you make rules to stop that. Literally, rules are made to stop the assholes from becoming assholes. But now, with greed and corporations and whatnot, now the rules are, we can do to you, but you can't do to us. And we're going to make sure we make it that way, keep it that way, and live that way. And make sure that you live that way so long, you defend us hurting you. That has become the norm.
Yeah, that's where we are.
Currently today.
So that's all I got for that, you know. But can we still claim we have free will? Yeah. Because I can claim that I have a head full of hair and I'm blonde. It's not true, but I can claim it. I'm going to the next one. Got two more. All right, this is number 5 out of 6. So, what is happiness in reality, and why must we strive and struggle in order to achieve it?
To feel good about ourselves. That's just my answer. Like, like, what is happiness in reality? There's no so. I don't think there is such thing as happiness in reality because it's just a mood. And why must we strive to struggle in order to achieve it? To basically feel ourselves. To basically feel the the shit. I, like I don't know how to explain it, but like it's more like we strive to achieve it just to feel good, just to feel good about ourselves and like feel achieve and like accomplish in life and all that.
Yeah, you got one life and you want to live it feeling good about yourself, feeling good where you
Yeah.
are, feeling comfortable, feeling safe. You know,
So I have a theory.
theory or hypothesis? Which one?
Oh shit. Hypothesis. So there's something called homeostasis, which is a steady state of balance. It's right.
Homeoclownness?
Homeostasis.
Homeoclownness? Homie the clown. That's his.
No, homie, no clown.
What?
Damn it! I'm gonna come in there and hit you over the head.
Go somewhere.
Homeostasis. It's I think the official definition is a steady state of balance. So when things are at homeostasis, they operate the best. When your pH is balanced, your body is working good, because if your pH gets too low or too high, things go out of whack. A bacteria can proliferate or fungus can proliferate so when things are balanced, they're good. When things are balanced like salinity, something if water is too salty, it's a problem. If it's not salty enough, it's a problem. Right there, balanced. People want extremities, and I think it's because of the high you get for it. They just want the party to never end. I'm happy forever. Being a white girl wasted all the time. That's just not normal. Homeostasis is what everybody needs, and happiness is not homeostatic. Happiness is an extreme, just like depression is an extreme. I think contentedness would be closer to balance, would be closer to even keel. Are you content where you are? Are you happy? Are you relaxed? Are you calm in your surroundings and what you have? If you can attain that, then I think you're golden. Because you talk to old people at the end of getting to the end of their lives, they ain't talking about, man, I was happy every day. Woohoo! No, it's not the happiness. It's a contentedness. It's a calm satisfaction with what's going on. And it just sucks that in the time we're living in and for times immemorial, for hundreds of years, that people cannot achieve. What was that?
That's his mic. That's Mal's mic.
Oh, okay. If people cannot achieve just basic contentedness, they are prevented from that. And it sucks. So happiness is irrational. You can attain it for a little bit, that supreme feeling right there at the peak of orgasm, but then it goes back down.
Just think about this. You got the antonyms. You got happiness, and what's the opposite? Sadness. So sad is obviously below the balance, and happiness is above the balance.
Mm-hmm.
So you want content, not complacent. Contentment can lead to being complacent, and it can.
It can.
When everything is copacetic and everything is all cool, you don't think, you don't worry, and then things happen right there under your nose, and you could have stopped it, but you weren't worried about it because you were complacent. You were so content, nothing else mattered.
But what has to be understood is that balance, although it's where we should be, it don't naturally happen.
Oh,
you have to work to stay balanced. So to maintain contentment, you have to have a little bit of wariness. Therefore, it wards off the complacency.
Yep.
It wards off the ability to be taken advantage of. And we're greatly lacking that in our society. People just want to be like, all the time and nothing's ever gonna happen, and that just ain't it, man. And the reason why people aspire for that so much is because we were always on the very lowest side, the lower extreme where shit sucks. So people desperately want to veg out and not think about anything, and so the balance just falls to the wayside. Yep.
Exactly. Want to move on to the next one?
So, did we lose Mal?
No,
Okay.
I'm just having my, like, that's probably a terrible joke, but like I'm having mild PTSD from playing Doom. All these demons and shit, bro. Ripping and tearing. The best slogan ever. But
I remember that back in the 80s. Everything was
The 80s.
Yeah.
it was I wasn't born.
The 80s was the toy boom. 90s was the technological boom. Then the 2000s was basically how do we modify the technology little bit by little bit to make you think you're getting something great when all this shit's been around since the 70s. That's all it is.
Evolution, everybody. Evolution.
Okay. Okay. Wait. No. Did we answer it? And why must we strive in order to achieve it? Oh, yeah, we got to answer that. Why must we strive and struggle in order to achieve it? Because we were told to. That's simple. We were told to. You got to be happy. You got to be happy. You got to calm down, man. You got to be happy. You got to be happy. You got to be happy. If you're not happy, then you suck. If you're not happy, then you're dumb. If you're not happy, then you're boring. So,
you're
not happy, you're emo.
Yep. So, emo is just short for emotional. So that's about it. Okay, so going to the last one. If a day is spent doing enjoyable activities instead of working, is it a day well spent or a day wasted?
I could definitely relate to that whole question because as people, well, as you know, I'm a game developer and basically making games is kind of like work/hobby. So spending a day instead of doing that is not a waste. It's more like recovering. It's like for example, because this is a real example because of me. Like it was like I think last week or 2 weeks ago, I spent the whole week nothing but just try to make a game. And then now this week I'm just straight up playing Fire Pro and now got Doom on my hands. Jesus Lord, this fucking game is awesome. And like yeah, so like it's not a wasted day. It's more like it's real. Yeah, the day is well spent because it's like you're recovering. So when you go back to work, it wouldn't be no stress. It would just be like kind of smooth.
I think this question harkens back to the last question. If you got balance, there isn't a day wasted ever. Every day is well spent, whether you're working or you're not working, because you're working or not working towards your balance.
That's a better way of putting it. So,
okay.
Wait.
I'm trying to make sure the stream is still going. On mine, it was bad buffering, but yeah, it's. I mean, some people like CR Fire Pro. That's work. I put a lot of work in that. You know, it's also enjoyable. So I spend my day, literally, I spend my week working on it. And is it waste? Is a day wasted? You can't waste a day. How do you not waste a day? You know, now here's you can waste the moments before it's time to go to sleep. Now I get that light of it. I get that. But a lot of people say, "Oh, you sit there playing those video games, you know, from noon until 6 p.m. You wasted your whole day." It's like, dude, what about the job I was at from 2 a.m. until 10 a.m. working my ass off, and then I come home, I shower, I eat, I get on the games, I chill, then I go to sleep for a little bit, then I go back to work. Oh, you just waste your day.
I think it has a lot to do with perspective, whereas it all depends on how you feel. So if you spend the day playing video games, or you spend the day shopping if you can, or you spend the day watching movies, if that brought you some kind of joy, okay. If you can lay down on your way to sleep and not feel like you didn't get anything accomplished that day, then it's not a problem. Because oftentimes you can lay down trying to go to sleep and you can think about what you did. No, you think about everything you didn't do or everything you need to do. And you start feeling like, damn, I didn't get shit done today. I think it's important for people to start focusing on what they did do more so than what they didn't do. Because we all do shit throughout the day. And accomplishment doesn't have to be, I won the Nobel Prize. No, accomplishment can be, you know what? I went and got the mail. I washed the dishes. Got some clothes folded. Accomplishments don't have to be large. And people delude each other, and they delude themselves thinking that accomplishments are only big things. Yes, there are big accomplishments, but it took a lot of small steps to get to that big accomplishment. You don't just wake up being a Nobel Prize winner, you didn't do shit. No, you just have to, do some shit, a lot of shit to get that kind of an honor. You don't get a degree just by waking up. You have to work towards that degree. So all accomplishments are small, and we're always accomplishing something. It's just everybody wants their name to go down in history, and this person was this, and yada, yada, yada. It's like, man, there's 7 billion people on the planet, and there have been so many billions past us, many of who have been forgotten and fade into the periphery of time. And that's going to happen to us too. And it sucks, but you can't dwell on that. And even the people who are quoted now won't be quoted in 1,000 years, most likely. Do what you can now and fucking chill.
I said that's perfectly said.
Yeah, that's really perfect right there.
So if you get to make your bed in the morning or you straighten up, you did something. You straightened up your world in some kind of way. You do something for somebody else, you might straighten up their world in it's kind of some other way. You helped yourself, you helped somebody else. Hell, you batting 1,000.
Yep. So I say to you, let's not waste this day. I don't want you to waste your day at all. Get in here and clean up this damn kitchen.
See, I'm gonna come in there and fuck you up, and you'll think I did you wrong. See, that's how I'm gonna straighten up your world. I'm gonna knock some sense into you.
The kitchen's a half mess. Look, I cooked the chicken. You can at least do the rest.
Do the rest? You cooked 6 pieces of chicken.
I'm a drop chicken.
You're gonna lose your Fire Pro buddy, Mal.
This kitchen ain't gonna clean itself.
If it won't, you gonna.
Coming in, put your seat back forward. You better watch out.
She says put your seat back for it. Okay.
I got Enderman protecting me back here.
Enderman ain't shit.
What? You ain't gonna say that in Minecraft when he kicks your ass all day.
We ain't in Minecraft. How about that? I can throw his ass out in the yard.
Sure? Are you
He
sure?
can Minecraft that.
The soldiers in here thumping. You know what? I'm gonna get you. Ain't but so much room in this house.
I don't know why, but have you guys ever played Animal Crossing?
Back in the day when it was very first made and whatnot, I played that. Yeah, it was only a little bit though.
But this is a real thing, and people really want this to happen. Some amazing person decided to mash up Animal Crossing with Doom. It's the funniest and the best thing I ever seen. Doom, someone made a song for it. Doom Crossing Eternal Horizons.
Good grief.
It's just, I love it. It's just amazing. But that's besides the point. I just want to point that out there because it just.
You're gonna have to. You might have to stream yourself playing it though. You know, I think that's what you should do.
Stream myself playing Doom. I really was thinking about it today, but I need to. I don't know what's going on with my PSN. Well, it works now, but it's just the fact my PlayStation is connected to my YouTube and Twitch. The problem is sometimes I forgot my Twitch password because they made it so complicated now.
Oh, my password stays the same. My password is exceedingly complicated, but it stays the same.
I don't use Twitch, but people have tried to break into my Twitch account for some reason, even though I don't do shit on it, and they like live in Bangladesh. I don't know what that's about.
That's that's strange. I'm not even gonna try to fight that shit. That's just strange.
I'm at work. This was last week. Not last week, last year I'm at work. And like, somebody logged into your Twitch account. Is this you? I'm like, Bangladesh? Okay. Y'all gonna be sourly disappointed because there ain't shit going on up there.
Not a damn thing. Nothing.
Twitch already fucked up from the beginning when they started to have that safety joint.
Yeah, you gotta log in with that password every single time.
Not that.
Oh.
Twitch has this new thing. Like, this is a real thing. It's called the it's like a partnership, but it's for like not partnership, the fuck. It was Twitch social. The fuck? No, damn it. Basically, it's like a safety patrol on Twitch.
Safety patrol. Do they get little vests?
That'd be cool, but but like basically what's going on with Twitch for people that don't know, they have these streamers and they technically hired them to be the safety patrol on Twitch, and one person they did pick is fucking controversial as hell. Like I don't know how to explain this because it just a lot happened when they just started that. Hold on, like it was a Twitch safety council, that's what it was called. So one person, this transgender, I don't know what it is, but she called herself a deer, like a legit deer. Yes, a legit deer. And it was one part of her stream. She had a deergasm.
A what?
A deergasm.
The orgasming deer.
Basically, yeah. Like her partner was like scratching her hair or like her little deer antlers or something like that, and she had a whole orgasm. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah, you see, on Twitch it says you cannot put anything of nudity, sexuality.
It wasn't nude.
Yeah, but it was sexual. It was, you know.
Yeah.
So,
deers are not sexual.
Hey, anything you can come from is sexual.
So, is it deer stuff like his moose stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude in Family Guy, that's where it came from. He was like, there's a moose on the side of the road, and it says we'll do moose stuff for food or something. And he was like, and this dude pulled up and was like, moose stuff. What's moose stuff? And he was like, oh, it involves anything from eating that grass over there to doing things with you and everything in between. And the guy looks at him and says, get in.
Get in. I'm going to find that clip right now so you can see it, Mal.
Doing moose stuff.
Wait, I think I got it. Hold up.
Moose stuff.
Than a moose on the interstate.
Yeah.
Keep playing it.
Hey, if you help me out, I'm trying to get a couple of bucks for something to eat. What's moose stuff? Whatever you want it to be. I could have sex with you, or stand over there and drink from the and everything in between. Get in.
Oh shit!
He was convinced. His conviction was up there. stuff.
Moose stuff.
Moose stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god. This was from 2009.
Yep.
He just
That
chilling.
is just-
Family Guy is timeless.
don't take much to
Family
get
Guy
there.
is timeless. Oh man.
I do.
Don't retreat back here.
Oh my
She threw some
god.
paper at me. Balled up tissue.
That was fucking fantastic.
All right, so look, I'm gonna go ahead
Coming
and
back.
it's been a while. It's
She
been an
coming back.
hour and 6 minutes. So look, I'm gonna
She
close
coming
this
back.
out. Yeah, I know she's coming back. So look, everybody, if you want to be in, you want to get in on the conversation and whatnot. If you got questions for me, or you just, want to chill and hang out, join Discord for now. That's pretty much what I'm going to be on. I might change this stuff around and do Zoom instead. It just depends.
I gotta
really
do some practice on Zoom because I was something I want to do.
Okay, yeah, and so this been, it's been, what? You want to be in the camera? Get in the damn camera. Okay, there you go. That's my baby girl. All right. So, hey, look, in the voice bomb section has been Sidra Owens, author of 3 great books, Quitting Time, A Haven Amidst Perdition, A Haven Amidst Perdition, and Wildflowers. I said you can get that on Amazon. You can get that on Kindle and other places where you like to read books. You can also go to her YouTube of The Wicked Orchard, and you can listen to Quitting Time and a part of A Haven Amidst Perdition if you rather just listen to it, like the first chapter or 3. And also in the voice bomb area is Mal, who is also Graveyard Shift. You can catch him on YouTube. You can catch him also for their The Graveyard Shift. You can catch him also doing gaming for Fire Pro Wrestling World. You can catch him there at 00. And you can, look him up, and he's got plenty of Discord channels. So you got options. You got options.
Don't forget, bruh, like, y'all, like, for the people that's listening, just give some appreciation to Cedric, because he is one of the most logical persons I've ever fucking meet. He's very good. Like, for real. Like, check his channel. Check, comparative reasoning if you want to know something about what's going on. And if you're a wrestling fan and a video game fan, you got CR Fire Pro. Both good shit, man.
Thank you for the plug, man. And with that said, everybody, we bid you adieu. See you later, and thank you for watching, and thank you for listening.